Good afternoon. I'm Tina. Okay, and this is the second topic on the state management. Okay, in Serverlet application, and session scope is a very important scope. It brings it's kind of like a conversational scope because every request comes to our server side is treated as a new request. It's stateless, the request. So how can we know like the consecutive requests are coming from the same user? Suppose as a client we logs in and we do some browser shopping when we add some product or item into shopping cart, and how can we know all the requests are from the same client? So we have to maintain this conversational scope, okay, and this is a session scope is doing that. But in a classic application, the session tracking is done through the cookie exchange. So I want to explain the cookie first, then explain the session, HTTP session being used in our application, serverlet application. Okay, so now in order to avoid, a video being very long, so I probably will separate into different in separate videos. Probably this video is gonna be talk about the cookie theory part. Then I will show you in a demo. Okay, probably gonna be in 2 videos. So now let's start. Okay, so cookie, I have to bring this here, my writing pad. Okay, so first, what is a cookie? You can just think a cookie you can eat, but it's not that, right? You can think a cookie is kind of a piece of information, basically key value pair, which is stored in the client, which is in the browser. Okay, a piece of information being stored in the client, our browsers. Okay, and the piece of information is a key value pair. So, and let's see how cookie is being exchanged. Okay, and we were using a diagram to show that. Suppose here is our browser. Okay, this is our browser. Okay, and here's I have a browser bar. Okay, and here I have something. Okay, browser anyway. And this part is our server side. I will just draw like this way. I have no talent on drawing, seeing, and those things. Okay, so this is our server side, and this is our client side, and we want to see how the cookie is being exchanged between client and the server side. So first, in a browser, if a client make a request to the server side, like here we have 2 servlet, okay, A, and we have B servlet. And do you remember servlet is the symbol is like this way? Okay, you can use other things, but it's kind of like a traditional symbol to represent a servlet is like this. We have A, B, C, D, 4 servlets, which is on our server side. Okay, in our application. So suppose now he is make a request to servlet A. Okay, and in the servlet A, it do something. In the servlet A, let me erase this one. Okay, servlet A did something. What is the thing he did? He said in the response, he add some cookie. This is a method, okay? Method called cookie, and here I create a new cookie. Can you see here? Cookie, and here is a name and a value, which is a name. Suppose not good. Let's do again. Okay, so here in the A servlet, he create a cookie. C equals new cookie. Cookie, and what's the cookie? Cookie name is user, and cookie value is Tina. Okay, and then he add this cookie in response, and see. Okay, and after that, it will send the response, goes back to the browser. Okay, so when it do this piece of code in the servlet, and when the response sent back to the client, what happened? This piece will do something like this. Set cookie is a header. Okay, and the key is user, and the value is Tina, like this. And eventually, this user and Tina, the key value pair, gonna be stored. Okay, after the browser will interrupt the response, right? It will intercept the response and trying to process the response. And when the browser see this piece, set a cookie, I think probably has a hyphen here. The header, I couldn't remember clearly now. Okay, but anyway, this is a header, and this is the value of the header. And when the browser see this set a cookie, he will store the user equals Tina inside the browser. Okay, and then next time, if the same browser will make a request to the server side again, then browser will automatically add this cookie in the request header. Okay, which will be, suppose now he make a request to servlet B, okay, which will call to servlet B, and the servlet B, a request will have request header, right? In the header, it will also have this piece of information, cookie user equals Tina. Browser will automatically add this piece of information onto the server side, and when in the servlet B, you can from the request to get all the cookies, and which this piece of information can be retrieved on the servlet B. So this is how the cookie being exchanged between the between client and the server side. Okay. So let's talk about it more. In the servlet, you can add more than one cookie. Suppose you create another cookie here. Cookie C2 equals new cookie, and password, this is not good, PWD, okay, equals 1, 2, 3. And you add a cookie C2 here. And in the set cookie, it will have two set cookie. One is user, and the other one is PWD equals 1, 2, 3. And when the browser make a request again, then the cookie will only has one cookie request. Okay. One cookie request header, and it is separated using a semicolon. And then here we'll have PWD equals 1, 2, 3. Both the cookie, this header will have this value. Then on the server side, you can get both. Okay, on the server side. This is one, and besides the cookie, besides the cookie has the key value. Okay, cookie has a key values. Like I'll put it here. Okay. See here, this is the problem I'm talking about. It's not the thickness doesn't change. Besides, a cookie has a username and a password. Have a key value. Okay. Cookie, you can also set max age, and this age is by seconds. Suppose 60 seconds is 1 minute, and this one will be 1 hour. Yes, this is 1 minute, and this is gonna be 1 hour, which means the browser will delete your cookie in 1 hour. Delete this cookie in 1 hour, and by default, the cookie, if you don't set a maximum age, by default the cookie will be removed once you close the browser. This is default the maximum age. And if you want to delete a cookie, you can still using set a maximum age, which means you create a new cookie and you set the maximum age to be 0. Then you add this cookie in response, and this cookie will be deleted immediately from the browser. Okay. This is one usage of maximum age to delete a cookie, to remove a cookie. You can also has I couldn't remember correctly, set a domain or add a domain. You can also add a domain. You can also add the path. Okay, to change the default settings about this cookie. And there's other thing I want to mention. I forgot which is this one. For the cookie's key value pair. The key and the value. There are some values or some characters you cannot use as a part of key and value, because they are kind of like a reserved words, but I couldn't remember all of them. I just listed some of them, right? I'm familiar. Like for the key and the value, you cannot using parentheses. Okay, you cannot using parentheses as part of the key and value because they are reserved words. There are others like at. It's also there are others like a colon and a semicolon. There has more, but I couldn't remember all of them. It's when you if you have this problem, you can take a look at what are all the reserved words. Okay, remember these characters cannot be used as a part of the key and the value, or probably have a slash if I remember correctly. Okay, there are other more, but now sorry, I couldn't remember all of them. So that's it for a cookie exchange, and hope you understand. Okay, and next video I will show you some code to demo what we have explained here. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.